Well, hello everyone. Here we go again. Hey, they swore this morning that it was going to be close to 70 degrees. And you can see how I'm dressed. It ain't going to make it to 70 degrees and it's kind of windy. But I'm going to take you a tour, show you what I've done. And as soon as we get back and then let you know what I'm getting ready to do. We'll catch you in just a few minutes. And oh yeah. One thing, make sure you stick around to the very end. I got something that Mom and I think is very, very special. We'll see you then. Okay, here we are. I just brought the beast down and brought my air compressor and the stuff that I'm going to need because I'm getting ready to start putting the girts up on the sides here. It is a little bit chilly, but I got to do something. I can't just sit in the house anymore. But one of the things that I have done, and I can maybe show you from out here, try to, is, sorry about I have put the carriage bolts up. Each post has at least two, some of them like this where I have two of the beams in there together. They have four. I've done that all the way around so that we're ready now as far as they are concerned, the beams are concerned, we're ready for it to hold the rafters, but yeah, the rafters are going to be a while before that comes up. It is so doggone muddy down here, and the moving back and forth and getting them over here, whatever. It's going to be a little bit, but we will tackle that one here. But right now, we're going to put up the girts. I came out here the other day. Oh, that, by the way, took me almost 2 days to do because my spade bit that I used to drill through all of that is pretty dull, and it being a 3/8 inch, I don't know if any of you have had experience in trying to sharpening a 3/8 inch spade bit, but that's not an easy task. So there was a number of trips back and forth up to the shop, and working with it until I could get it to cut. And then of course, what do I do immediately? You can tell here on the outside of these posts, because these are the manufactured posts, they've got nails in there, and I hit a nail and now I'm back and forth again getting them sharpened. But we got it done. All I got to do now is across the front when I get to that point. But anyway, I came out and I made marks. You can see this one here. That's where the top of the first girt goes. And we go up here to this one, I believe it is. Right there is the other one. So I'm just going to start putting them in. The bottom one is a 2x4, the next one up is a 2x6, and then this one up here, right there, that's a 2x4, and then after I get that up, I'll mark the last one up above. They're all going to go in via the nailer, and hopefully I can make it look like I've done something today. Oh yeah, by the way, I brought out my two toolboxes that I had. Well, that one I had with the other barn. This one is the one that Mama made me get. Oh man, it's tough being, I'll tell you. Anyway, I'm going to set this up. I'm going to have one of my microphone setups going, and we're going to see how we can handle this, or if we can handle this and how it's going to go. All right, we'll be back in just a little while. Okay. We're quite a ways away here. We're trying a new camera or new microphone system here. I think this will work. At least I'm hoping that it's going to work. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come around to the, like this post, that post, and mark the center points at each one of these lines that I just showed you. That way I'll know where I can measure from, and I also and be able to tell you or know when and what I have to do as far as cutting the boards that'll be going up and down through here. These two happen to be a couple spare 2x6s that I had in the barn. They're going to be the ones that'll be out here for that. But first, we're going to be doing a 2x4, 2x6, and then 2x2, 2x4, and 2x4 up. I won't bore you with the whole thing, but I am going to show you how it's being done. And then we'll come back a little bit later on and show you what it looks like as it has been completed. Alrighty, here we go again. This one I think will be a whole lot better. Now, I was at a Menards. I don't know. I know all of you don't have Menards, but I was at one the other day and came across these clamps. They were on sale. 2 of them for $12, I think it was, maybe 13. But if you buy one, get one. I didn't waste any time at all picking up 4 of them so that I could make sure I had plenty. So I got 8 of these, and you just can't beat that. So here we go. This is perfect. We're going to nail them. We may not have to cut much at all off of that. As a matter of fact, it's not going to quite make it, but it'll be close enough. This is 16 3/8. 16 foot 3/8. Let's see what one of our 16-foot boards are. Because a lot of times they're just a little bit long. If I were to cut this, I'd have to cut 1/8 of an inch off. So, well, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Now there's a big staple there I got to get rid of. I don't want the saw blade to hit that. I mean, this is one of them honking ones. Big and the little ones don't bother me, but those big ones do. That's like furniture grade. There it is. Now it's a matter of just nailing it on. So here we go. I'm out of nails, but isn't that something? That it's that easy to do. So, I'm going to take a break,
And I'll bring you back here in a little bit after I do some more of this. There's no reason for me to bore everybody with all of this. So we'll be right back.
That's the end of day 1 of phase 3, I believe it is. I believe you can see here, I put three rows of girts all the way around. I still have one to go. And by doing these 3, that is just about as much as I can handle for one day. I can't go much farther because it's getting colder, the wind is blowing, it's starting to rain. I'm done. All I got to do now is bring the beast down here, get the pallet, the tools, and take it back up to the barn. And maybe, just maybe tomorrow, when if it doesn't rain, and if it gets warm or whatever, and if not, the day after or whatever, I'll get to day 2, and it'll be right after this. So until then, in the bat of your eye, we'll catch you on day 2. Okay, I'm back here. It's been a few days since I last did that, and again, it's along with the quarantine and everything that everybody is going through right now, as well as still building up that strength. I've been able to get a little more done. Not much. I get about maybe 2 hours in before I'm gone, and I have to stop, and so then I come out here and do another 2 hours the next time it stops raining, which brings us to where we're at now. So let me get this turned around and we'll show you where we're at. Okay, probably doesn't look a whole lot different than it did the last time, does it? Okay. What you can see though is in the background there's the flags that are, let me see if I can find them there. Right there, yeah, those flags in there. Those are those support beams or support boards that I told you that's helping to hold that back post in. And they're just low enough to take the top of my head off, and guess how I know that? Or maybe I should say, don't ask me how I know that. Needless to say, there's orange flags there to tell the whole world. Let's just leave it at that. But what I have done here is I have come out. I have finished all of the girts. They're up all the way around except for the front. And I'll get to the reason for that later. They're all around all 3 sides. The door has been cut open and it's marked for that 4x6 is going to go in down here, which will be the base for the door when I go to install it. I will have to put a header on it. I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to put a window in this wall or maybe that wall. I don't know. We're still thinking about it. But up above here, you'll see that the posts have all been cut off even with the top of the beams, and there have been 2x4s, pieces of 2x4, let me see, that have been attached to the top. Why, you may ask? I may answer you by saying, why not? Actually, the reason they're up there is when it does come time to lift the rafters up, they can easily be pushed up against that and then screwed right into that, which will hold it into place while we're getting all the rest of the supports on. Each one has been very, very carefully marked and measured, or measured and marked, and then those mounted. and they will be like a support for each one of the rafters. The first ones, of course, will go on the outside of those posts, and the others will go on the outside of these, and then we can run the supports between them, which will then hold that post straight up and down as well as the other one. I did this with those 2x4 pieces on both sides. And so when that time comes, it's will be what we'll do. Each time I think we're about ready to start doing something, we get rained. And even the wood chips don't keep the water from standing and making more mud. I have spent some time moving everything. I have the rafters setting up. It's going to be, I marked them. Each one of them is marked for all of the purlins that's going to go on them. But I walked away from that too after a while because, like I said, there is just way too much mud to even start to think about it. So I guess we can actually say this could be phase 3, part 1.
Okay, if you remember at the first of this video, I said that I had something to show everybody, and it's a very, 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 very special to both Mama and myself. So here we go. We're getting moving, and we'll let you. The other day, Mama and I were driving home, and we saw something that just blew us away, and it's coming up right now. Just take a look and see if you can see what I'm talking about. Does anybody know what that is? Can you tell what that is yet? Right along the side of the road. Keep looking. I'll bet you can figure it out here about right now, because it really starts coming in as best as possible. Can you see it? It's a bald-headed eagle. Needless to say, Mama and I were so excited that we got up and decided we're going to go back. And now that road right there, we just live less than 1/8 of a mile down that road. This is basically across the street from our property line. And so we went back again, and this time we saw, and here you go. I'm sorry for the quality of this, but there it is. It's taken flight. Now, we were so excited that Mama about threw her phone on the floor trying to get to the camera. Never did really get any pictures with it. And it was days afterwards that I realized that we have a dash cam. And that's what this is. I have been trying to work with this dash cam for quite a while just to make it somewhat visible. Now, you really can't see it that well, but it does show the black with the white tail and the white head. And while it's flying right here, it's carrying something. Now, we're not sure really what it was, but whatever it was, it didn't want anybody else to have it. So it took off with it, went across this pond, and flew up through this field. And as we left lost sight of it there for a minute because of the dash cam limitations, you can see the buzzard standing right there. And oh, he was so upset and forlorn. Anyway, we went ahead, went on down the road here, and pulled into this driveway so that we could watch it again. And by the time we pulled into this driveway, you can see the tree line right up in front of us there. There's a house there, and there's a barn. I don't know if you should be able to see it. That eagle had already gone in front of that house and up and over the side of the hill there on the right-hand side.
This is Ted Homer. We'd like to thank you all for stopping by. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends. And let's go tell the doctors and nurses that are fighting this on the front line, this coronavirus thing on the front line. Let's go tell all of them. We love them, and we give them all the best wishes in the world. We'll catch you all the next time. Y'all have a blessed day, and you stay safe now, you hear? Bye-bye.